This okay. This is mic check, December 17th, 2021. Gestapo Gary on presuppositionalism, the continuation. Okay, this is mic check, December 17th, 2021. Gestapo Gary on presupposition.
Somebody who you appreciate here in the PDC, Darwin?
You want me to mention names of people that I
appreciate.
Sure.
For context.
This is an open discussion.
Oh, let's see.
We want to look particularly at specific examples of how to defend the faith, and I would like for you to turn in your Bibles then this morning to Acts the 17th chapter, where we will read an account of the Apostle Paul, but now he commands men that they should all everywhere repent.
I'm following the model of Acts 17. Paul declared to them that the one and true living God who made them was calling them to repent.
Romans chapter 1, the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who suppress the truth by means of unrighteousness.
Romans 1 says they know God exists, but they suppress the truth and righteousness.
The Muslim faith is based on the Quran. The Quran itself endorses the law of Moses, the Psalms of David, and the gospel of Jesus.
The Quran affirms the revelation of Moses and the Gospels, and that Jesus was a prophet.
You go to the Quran and show that the Quran endorses the Bible, then you go to the Bible and show that what the Quran says contradicts the Bible.
You see, the Quran contradicts the Bible.
So then on the Quran's own terms, you must reject the Quran.
You see, if the Quran is true, then the Quran is false.
They conflict, first of all, in that according to the Quran, God cannot have a son. But according to the gospel of Jesus, God did have a son, and his name is Jesus.
The Quran explicitly teaches that God has no son. The New Testament is explicit that Jesus is the one and only unique Son of God.
And no one can be right with God without blood sacrifice. There's no blood sacrifice in the Quran.
In Islam, there is no shedding of blood for the remission of sin. And yet, this is stated in the Old Testament.
Because you know, if the Bhagavad Gita is correct in what it says, there is no difference between it and the Bible. Oh, and by the way, not to overlook the obvious, there's no difference between you and the Bhagavad Gita either. There's no difference between you and the book and the earth and the sky and the trees and everything. We're all in this thing together. Oh no, it's a huge mistake to think the Bhagavad Gita is running in the same race with the Bible. The Bhagavad Gita undermines all logic and reasoning.
When it comes to Hinduism, all is God, so contradictions are valid within Hinduism. All is one, right? So Hinduism goes out the window if you're going to hold to the principle of non-contradiction.
First of all, you'll be looking for prejudicial conjectures.
You're offering up prejudicial conjecture.
That means that you will not be neutral. You will not be taking an open-minded approach. There is no neutrality.
There is no position of neutrality.
If naturalism is true, I can say two things for sure. First, there are no absolutes.
Is it your position, given your worldview, that absolutes exist?
There are no absolute prescriptions. There's only descriptions.
The laws of physics are prescriptive rather than descriptive.
If naturalism is true, that is, that all that exists is the natural order, and there isn't anything that goes beyond man's experience and time. If naturalism is true, then the naturalist has no reason to believe his naturalism.
So you see, if you affirm materialism, then you can't affirm materialism.
You see, the atheist is just a bundle of contradictions. He can't bring his worldview into harmony with itself.
You're a walking contradiction.
On a naturalistic principle, there is no right or wrong. There's just might. There's just what happens. You can't find obligatory authority anywhere in the world if it's just matter in motion.
Where does ought come from in a skeptic worldview? Don't you just have molecules in motion?
You can talk to people about the uniformity of nature, which is to say, the very possibility of doing science.
Science has to assume the uniformity of nature.
No matter what they say about the past, eventually, you're going to point out, is logically irrelevant to what's in the future.
Just because we have observed consistencies in the past without observing inconsistencies does not logically necessitate that those consistencies will continue into the future.
You don't need reasons for the uniformity of nature, you say, but then everything else calls for reasoning. So you're not even living in terms of your own worldview.
Your criterion in order to believe in something that it should have evidence. What is your evidence for the uniformity of nature? Your entire worldview, you are believing things for which you have no evidence for. You're being inconsistent.
You can't appeal to experience to prove the uniformity of nature.
You can't perceive the uniformity of nature.
You assumed that memory was reliable. You assumed you could trust your senses.
Just assumptions like that your sense perception is reliable, your basic memory is reliable.
You need to realize that every system of thought has a starting point which verifies itself. And that's not the sort of thing you're going to hear at the university. People don't like to admit that, but it's inescapable. Every system of thought has what we call a self-attesting authority for itself.
All ultimate sources of authority would rest upon self-authentication.
If it's an ultimate standard, it is going to have to authorize itself.
Any ultimate justifier would have to be self-attesting, self-authenticating.
God doesn't lie. He is true to himself. God is logical.
God cannot lie. God is logical.
What we are doing here is challenging the unbeliever to provide what are called the preconditions of intelligibility.
The Christian worldview provides the necessary preconditions for intelligibility.
The proof of the Christian worldview is that without it, you couldn't prove anything.
Because without the Christian God actually existing, then there can be no evidence for anything.
Why do we expect toothpaste to spurt from the tube when we squeeze it? You might call this the toothpaste proof of God's existence, okay?
If you say that the toothpaste will come out tomorrow, on what basis do you make that claim?
We support that expectation in terms of two things. One, our past experience with toothpaste tubes, and two, the belief that nature is uniform.
You believe in the uniformity of nature.
That the future is like the past.
That the future will be like the past.
Your job is not to change the heart of the unbeliever. Only the Holy Spirit can do that. Your job is to shut his or her mouth.
Okay, shut your fucking mouth.
Shut your fucking mouth. That's where Darth Dawkins gets his ethics from, Greg Bonson. So you can see that he's a fake, he's a phony, he's a fraud. But we are here to continue the Darth Dawkins on presuppositionalism series. So yeah, let's just do it. Let's just carry on. I have to set it up a little bit, so here's a couple of tunes for you, and I'll be right back.
won't you? Looking at and trying to falsely say that they are parallels.
All right.
Next.
Thought wasn't.
Well, wait. Ken, Ken, we're trying to be fair. I don't think it is fair actually to be a drive-by. So if you want to re-engage Darth, you guys can go after the next few people. So let's finish with Good Christian Boy. Darth, do you want to talk to him anymore, or do you want to just close off?
No, I'm not interested in somebody who's doing performance.
Okay, well, we are still going to let him complete his performance. So if you want a last word there, then you can go ahead. Then Darth can go, and then we'll pass it to Squad Leg.
To conclude, the fact that this heathen, this absolute, no, I'm sorry, Darth, that's wrong of me. I will not profane your name. Simply, I will relate the fact that you would reject the great master is offensive to me. And I will simply close by saying, hail the great ones. Ya Abath, Ya Azathoth, Ya Uxuklik, Yal Doloth, Yal Dendra, Yal Groth, Yal Njordnidik, Yal Aya Nyalathotep, Ya Shubnigoroth, Yal Shoka, Yal Satya, Yal Seshoth, Ya Nehekh. I'm sorry, my copy of the Necronomicon is rather it's old. It's kind of damaged. Ya Ichenik, Ya Filikale Shikent, Ya Thulk, Ya Yogsothoth. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Praise Shub.
Praise Shub.
Praise Shub.
Got anything to say to that, Darth?
Oh, I think it speaks for itself.
All right, Squad Leg, go ahead.
All right. So I would just pose the same question that Destiny did first, which is, what exactly is the method by which you're determining God's revelation to you?
Well, in regards to natural revelation, there's not a method. It's automatic because it's ordained by God. So I don't use a method to apprehend certain things within natural revelation. It's just automatically, I have it in my mental state, such as the reliability of my sense perception, the basic reliability of my cognition. God has ordained that I think this way automatically, and it's not something that I choose or a method that I use.
So it's okay. So it's by God's ordainment of your senses that you're able to determine the existence of. Okay.
Yeah. Other than the choice, other than the free choices of agents, God. Well, actually, God ordains choices as well, but that doesn't mitigate against them being choices. But God acts in complete sovereignty. So my fundamental mental states, such as having the basic reliability of my cognition and sense perception, is not something that I actually choose or assume. It's just something that I automatically do because I'm made in the image of God. So there's not a methodology there. It just automatically kicks in at a certain point of neurological development. So when God made Adam, because Adam was created mature, he didn't have to go through any maturation process. So he automatically operated with the mental state of accepting the reliability of basic sense perception and cognition.
Okay.
I wonder how Darth Dawkins knows this. You know, he seems so cocksure of himself. How does he know this? Well, he certainly knows that he's BSing. He must. Otherwise, he's out of touch with reality.
I understand that, but why? Okay, so what compelling reason do you have? I don't mean like some sort of supralogical evidence. I just mean, what reason do you have to believe that that came from God? And I would posit that that is one of the least convincing explanations for the origin of sensation that
Absolutely,
I've ever
I agree.
in my life.
It wasn't. Well. I'm sorry that you feel that way, because it wasn't an attempt to persuade you.
Good, 'cause it
Okay,
didn't
but
work.
if it's that philosophically
Did you
unsatisfying,
did you think that that was an attempt to persuade you? It wasn't. It was an attempt to answer a question.
oh, that's great. But I mean, why would you hold a position that is so
You asked me. You asked
philosophically
me
unsatisfying?
why. You asked me. Well, you deem it is philosophically unsatisfying because of your model of
Hey,
reality.
algorithm, how you doing?
Okay. If you shared
Okay.
the Christian model of reality, it would be entirely.
That was terrible of me. Hey, algorithm, how are you doing? I was over talking Darth to get that in. How rude of me.
Satisfactory. So the question is your model of reality by which you invoke my stipulation is unsatisfactory, can your model of reality be accounted for? Because in the absence of you accounting for your model of reality,
what is this model of your model of reality? What the fuck does he mean? There's only one reality, Gary. And there's only one model, Gary. Nobody has separate models of reality. Can you imagine 7 billion different models of reality? This guy is Looney Tunes.
you not being satisfied is meaningless.
What do you mean by account for?
Exactly.
Well, everyone operates from a model of reality when we speak.
Yes.
In order for any of our words to have meaning and intelligibility, ultimately, they have to be spoken from a context of the ultimacy of reality, which provides them with intelligibility. So when you said my word,
did you hear that? Word salad, absolute and total word salad.
Words were completely unsatisfactory. They didn't conform or cohere to your network of beliefs or foundational beliefs and your model of reality. But you're presupposing that your model of reality is actual or vertical. Is your model of reality by which you declared it was unsatisfactory? Is that model of reality actual?
Actual? I wouldn't say that it is. No, not really.
Okay, so then when what I said to you, although it wasn't an attempt to persuade you, it was an attempt to answer you what my mental states were. When that's unsatisfactory, it's only unsatisfactory because my words do not conform and cohere to your unjustified model of reality.
Okay. Well, that's, I suppose you could say that, but
no, you said that.
Well, no, I'm referring to what you said. You said the reason that it doesn't like stick with me is because of my quote unquote unjustified.
Because it doesn't cohere with your unjustified model of reality.
That is ridiculous. Can you unjustified model of reality? You have an unjustified model of reality. If somebody said that to you, wouldn't you just punch them in the face? How dare anybody so underestimate another person's intelligence by saying something like that? Your model of reality is wrong. The fuck?
Those are your words.
Okay, but I posit that every model of reality is unjustified.
Every model of reality is the same, essentially. Right?
I don't know
how do you know? How do you know?
I don't. I obviously don't know.
Well, if you don't know that, why are you asserting it?
Because I have very good reason to believe that that's the case, and unless you can present evidence,
sir. Well, wait a minute. Let's slow down here. You're asserting something is the case, and you don't know it?
Absolutely. I'm very comfortable with not having 100% certainty on that belief.
Okay, I didn't
do
mention
assume-
I didn't mention psychological confidence, sir. I mentioned knowledge, justified true belief. Okay? I'm using the pretty standard definition of justified true belief, not psychological confidence in a belief that may or may not be true. Okay? So why are you asserting something that you don't know under the standard definition of knowledge?
What is the assertion that you claim that I'm making outside of knowledge?
You said nobody knows. Nobody can ultimately justify our model's reality. How do you know that?
I said
May I
every
finish,
model of
please?
reality is unjustified.
That's right. How do you know that that stipulation is true?
I said that I do not know.
Okay, did you assert that every model of reality is unjustified?
I said that I believe that that's the case. I didn't say that I know that that's the
Okay. So all you're simply telling me is you possess a mental state.
I don't
Good.
think that's an accurate representation.
Okay. Are you asserting that no models of reality are justifiable, or that you have a belief that no models of reality are justifiable?
Well, yeah, I'd say that I have that belief. I'm not asserting.
Okay.
That
Do you understand that a belief is a positive attitude toward a proposition?
Well, it is an attitude. Well, yeah.
Good.
I suppose
so that belief, you have a positive attitude toward that proposition. Is your positive attitude toward that proposition mean that the proposition is actual?
No.
Oh, then how do you have a positive attitude toward a proposition that is not actual? Could you explain that?
Sure. I don't believe that anything is necessarily actual at a basic level.
What about that statement?
What about it? What do you mean?
Well, what you just said is a self-contradiction.
Well, I said I believe that. I don't know how that just contradicts itself.
Right. Is that a knowledge statement, sir?
No, it's my belief, and that's one of the
No,
basic
sir. Okay. You just made a fundamental error that people make every single day. If I say to you, I believe X.
Okay, here's Gary, the philosopher, teaching us about fundamental errors that we make every day.
Is that a knowledge statement?
Without some sort of framework around it, I don't really think so.
I believe. Wait a minute. I believe that there are rocks on the moon. Is that a knowledge statement?
A statement of knowledge in the general sense of being according to your definition.
This is not. I don't know why you are.
Hey guys, okay, let me recognize. Excuse me, let me recognize the stream. The chat. The algorithm. Hello, Wesley Curry the second. Good to see you, sir. And Henry Anson, as always, welcome. Were you still working on that microphone there, Henry? And it is Darth again. Yes, we will get through the series of Darth Dawkins on presuppositionalism. We have we've gotten through the bulk of it, but we still have a bit of a ways to go. So let's just chug on, shall we?
Going into constrictions about this, it's a very simple question. Is the statement, I believe X, a knowledge statement?
Hello, Mickey D.
No.
Okay, that is false, sir. Now, do you know what the knowledge statement is?
You've always got your wife
what
as
is
an
this?
excuse.
What is the knowledge? What is it like?
If I
supposing
your
own
existence? If I said to you, I believe there are rocks on the moon, the knowledge statement is I believe. It doesn't matter what the content of the belief is.
What is all this quibbling about anyway? That's so silly. It's so stupid. That's part of his shtick, to quibble about bullshit, to quibble about nonsense. It's almost like Monty Python. In fact, I'm not so sure that Darth Dawkins isn't going to reveal himself as the as the biggest fan of Monty Python, and he's just pulled off the biggest Monty Python prank of all time.
Expressing. What knowledge is that expressing?
I possess a mental state.
So it's what I said. It's like the
Right.
assumption.
So the point is, do you believe that justified true beliefs are viable and possible?
I do believe that.
Okay. On what is the nature of reality that provides for that?
I don't know.
Nature, you see what this nature of reality, it's just reality, Gary, Gestapo Gary. You ask such stupid questions.
So then you don't know that you can know things, do you?
I suppose.
Case in point, you don't know that you can know things, do you? What a stupid fucking question. I don't know why anybody would even answer this guy or even want to talk to him when he asks such stupid fucking questions.
Suppose that's the case. Yes, I don't know whether or not justified true belief is possible.
Right. Okay. Do you know that?
Do you know that?
What do you mean? I just said I don't know whether or not.
Right. Okay. Right. Is that a knowledge statement?
See?
The answer is yes, it is.
See what I mean?
So you know that you know some things, don't you?
I didn't claim knowledge to anything. I claimed to be unaware.
Do you know something? Do you know some things?
What, like, do I have? Are you saying do I have justified true belief?
Yes.
Within the framework of reality that I accept.
It would be just so simple for people to answer yes or no to these questions. Okay. Do you know something? Well, yes. Okay. It's a very simple question, that one. Do you know something? Well, yes, I know something. Oh, yes? Well, what do you know? Well, I know that you're an adulterer. You know, you can do whatever you like with it. But yes, you know something. Don't start evading the question, do you know something? Or how do you know something? You know, just take it. Take the question. Don't dodge. And this isn't dodgeball. This is debate. And oh, there's somebody at the front door. Hold on a moment. I have to answer.
You're the best around.
Well, hello, David. Oh, I guess I shouldn't unmute myself. Hello, David.
Hello. How's it going?
It is going good.
Cool. I saw the video you were doing a review. Don't let me interrupt. But I'm not sure how Google Meet works, so I don't know if you're playing a video. Don't let me interrupt. Just carry on.
No, it's the way my channel works is it's either the video or this. So this takes precedence.
Thank you very much for letting me on.
Okay, so everybody in the chat say hello to David.
Hello. Hello, everyone in chat.
David lives in he's a Mancunian.
Yes. Oh, well done for knowing that. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Well, cheers. That's good knowledge.
And no, he doesn't live anywhere near China.
Yeah, just left of China. If you go past Taiwan, get to China, just turn left.
Just turn left. Yeah, exactly. Well said.
Cheers, Sidney Winston, for letting me on. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. How are you doing today?
I want to have a go at Midnight Sparkle. Do you know Midnight Sparkle?
Is that a person or a thing?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What is it? What I have no idea what it is.
No, Midnight Sparkle is a person. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Well, no. Yeah.
What's the issue with Midnight Sparkle?
Basically, Midnight Sparkle came over. He's a self-important, self-aggrandizing, selfish. Can I swear on your channel?
It's a free channel. Freedom of speech.
Yeah, he's a self-important, selfish, Motherfucker, cunt, albino, bisexual, twat, motherfucker. That's it. Yeah, we'll change the topic. What's going on with you, Cindy?
Well, I'm still YouTubing.
Cool.
If that answers your question, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What were you talking about, Darth Dawkins? About? Let's have a go at Darth Dawkins.
Oh, I wasn't talking to him at all. It was just a recording, really. Of
What was he getting wrong with?
Oh, it was about Darth Dawkins on presuppositionalism.
Ah, right, yeah, he fucks that right up.
And it's like this is like part number 7 or something. Even though I called it 4, I missed. I didn't count the first 2. It's like going on and on, but I want to get through it. So even if it takes days, I don't care. But what takes precedence? What absolutely takes precedence is the chat room.
Thank you for. I need someone to talk to like all the time. So thank you for making me take precedence.
Sure.
But
Hey,
I also
let it out. Tell us what you got to say.
I also feel bad about interrupting your stream as well. So
you always feel bad when you really shouldn't. The only one who feels bad is you. You know.
But I'm gonna go and get a drink as well.
Good idea. I like coffee.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a hot chocolate rather than whiskey. I was gonna get whiskey and now you said coffee. I'm gonna go and make a hot chocolate.
Beautiful.
White hot chocolate. I'll be right back. I'll mute as well.
No
Cheers,
problem.
thank you.
No problem. Well, while we're waiting for David, we'll just listen to some tunes, okay? I muted, but that was a very cool tune, wasn't it? I got right into that. So in order to make hot chocolate, David would have to boil water, unless he's boiling milk, but you have to boil something, and put the chocolate powder into the boiled liquid, and he would have to stir it. I believe he would have to stir it. Let me think now. Let me think so. Okay. I'll have to confirm it with David. David would have stirred his coffee 13 times anti-clockwise.
You're quite wrong. I've got, one of them coffee makers where you put the pods in.
Oh, a Keurig or something? Whatever they call it.
Yeah. I forget what I'm making it, but
and then you throw away the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it's if you can see that, I don't want to tip it up, but it's,
right.
white.
It's
white chocolate.
I'm just gonna
It's
quickly.
a hot white chocolate. Yeah, because I'm racist. Hot white chocolate.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I refuse to drink black chocolate because it's racist. Because I'm racist.
Enjoy. Hi guys. Hey dog. Henry, Mickey, Wesley, El Gore, David. Hello. Welcome.
Hello everyone, it's our chat. Hello.
So what have you learned about what have you learned today that you didn't know yesterday about the world or anything really?
I learned the ambulance service in the UK uses a triage system to, work out who to see first.
Of course,
I
all of
also,
them do. All of them do.
yeah, I didn't know that. I felt guilty because either I or someone else in America, they told me someone in America phoned the ambulance for me. But I was in. You might have heard this already. You have heard this already. You were in the
No,
stream.
I
Explained it.
absolutely
No.
have not heard it. No.
All right. No. An ambulance came out to my flat, but I wasn't there. I was in the. So they phoned me up, and then they came to meet me where I was in the snug, the cafe shop. So I've learned that the ambulance service in the UK takes 6 hours to get to me, but because I was low priority, it was just a problem with my mouth. I've phoned the Samaritans. I've been in touch with Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm waiting to get into rehab. I've learned a lot today. To be honest, it's been a fun packed day.
Cool. Has it been productive?
Yes. I'm in touch with 2 new people from Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah. I just want to answer Henry. Henry, yes, he lives in Mancune. Correct.
Mancune, England.
He's in Mancune. And that's why he's a Mancunian. Good question though. Thank you for submitting that one.
Manchester Rule, Manchester United.
Oh yeah, Manchester are like 5th or something. Or 6th.
Third biggest country.
On the table right now. Where are they?
Oh, the football team. I'm not sure. I've not followed. I don't want to bring it down, but I've not followed. I've not watched a football game or had anything to do with football since my dad died, because he died 2 years ago and he was a big Manchester United fan. So watching football reminds me of my dad, and I don't want to be reminded him.
Well, I tell you something. Mancune might not be much of a football town anyway.
They used to be the best team in the world. They won the treble. They won the English Premier League.
Yeah, but nobody cares about past. Nobody cares about past history.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing at the moment. I've not watched football.
You know what? They're struggling along with their 1-0, like Ronaldo's dragging them along.
Ronaldo's back. Yeah,
he's dragging them along and putting his toe in every now and again for a 1-0 victory. and dragging them along nicely.
Cristiano Ronaldo, in case anyone doesn't know who's watching. Yeah.
Well, it's your team.
But as well, you reminded me. Bojo told me to change my top, and I've got about 3 Man United tops. So sorry, I'm gonna go again.
Brojo, you talking about which Brojo?
Brojo, not the bad one, the good one.
Brojo, the guy from Brojo.
Brojo, 420.
Brojo 420. I know him. Where is he? Where is he?
He's a good guy, not the bad Bojo.
No, I know. We've hung out together, but we had a falling out. I know who he is. Go change your shirt, by the way.
Yeah. I'll go and do that. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
This song, I don't know why, it's called Cuban Sandwich. Can you figure it out? Nice.
Sydney Winston, do you mind mild nudity? Am I okay changing my top on camera?
Excuse me?
You might see the top of my... do you mind mild nudity on your channel? Am I okay changing my top on camera?
I prefer you go away from the camera, change your top, and then come back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask first. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that would be fine too. Dog says Manchester United. Ugh. Being a stringent Scouser and an Evertonian, then I reject your mank best team in the world theory. But I'll give you Oasis. I'm not sure what that means, but if you
Oasis.
support Everton, my friend, then I'm not so sure why you're so proud.
I'm not sure if you can see that. It says Camp Nou Champions League, the final 1999.
You know,
That's when we
behind you on the chair behind you.
Yeah, that's the old one.
Get rid of it. Out of camera view, I mean.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. There you go. There you go. All cleaned up. Look at him. He cleans up pretty good, doesn't he?
Sharp. Sharp. The writing's worn off. I'm not sure if you can see that. Sharp used to be the sponsors.
Yes. Man, that's in the 90s. I remember that.
Yeah. 1999 when we won the treble. Man United are objectively, I think, the best football team ever. Soccer team, the best. I think objectively.
I can't agree with you because I'm an Arsenal supporter and I could never agree.
Oh, not Arsenal. Why are you an Arsenal supporter?
Oh, it's a long story. It goes back to when I was I was 14 or 14.
Yeah.
Or 15, I forget.
Just as long as you know you're wrong to be an Arsenal supporter, but that's fine. That's okay.
Well, it might be wrong, but like I say, it's a sentimental more than anything else. What is Oasis, dog?
Oasis is a band.
Are they from
Liam Gallagher?
Are they from Liverpool as well?
No, they're from Manchester. You know Manchester City?
I watch the highlights every week.
Yeah, they're Manchester fans. They're a band. Liam and Noel Gallagher, Oasis. They're a band who support Manchester City.
There's a guy Gallagher who plays for Crystal Palace who's just shining right now. By the way, I wonder if they're gonna.
Yeah, no, this is different. A different set of Gallaghers. Can I? I'm not sure how you do. Can I do a karaoke on your show?
A karaoke?
Yeah.
Sure,
No,
as long as the song is karaoke copyrighted.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get you a strike. I was going to do an Oasis song, but I don't.
If it's karaoke music, but not if it's real Oasis.
Yeah, no, I plus I don't know how to share screen on Google Meets.
Yeah, maybe karaoke is not the most.
Forget that.
You know, the most entertaining. View for everybody.
I wanted to teach you who Oasis were. Yeah, they're a band from Manchester.
I could look. Yeah, I'll write it down and I'll look it up.
Look it up. Yeah. Manchester City fans.
Now, what is Oasis to do with Manchester City?
I don't know whether they're shareholders, but it's famous that they're Manchester City fans. I think they don't own them, but they might have shareholdings in them, and they make it clear that the Manchester City fans, Liam and Noel Gallagher, really famous Man City fans.
Liam and who Gallagher?
Noel, Noel. Liam and Noel Gallagher.
Gallagher, is that Irish or what is that? What?
It sounds Irish, yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah. Gallagher.
Yeah.
Gallagher. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds Irish. I'm not sure, but yeah, it sounds it.
Manchester is the second. Hold on, let me go back a bit. I must admit, there's some horrible terrorist chants on the terraces about Man U, especially about the Munich air disaster. Are they still using that in crowd chanting?
That's bang out of order. Basically,
horrible.
For anyone who's not familiar, the Munich air disaster.
1958, right?
Yeah. The Man United team was on an airplane, and Matt Busby They had an air crash and a lot of the team died. Yeah, it's a really in poor taste crowd chant that Liverpool and Man City fan use. Yeah, really
Oh,
poor taste.
I think what he's referring to is every year there's I guess every year there's an anniversary, like a remembrance, a memorial on the day or the week or whatever that they died. And
Yeah.
he's probably saying that the Manchester City fans or somebody
Yeah, no. Sorry,
go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Explain.
No, I'm not having a go at the person inside chat. I'm just saying that the Liverpool fans and the Man City fans that use that chant are doing it in poor taste. I'm not having a go at the guy inside chat.
Oh, Liverpool and Manchester City use that. How about Everton?
Yeah.
Do Everton
Everton
as
might
well?
do as well.
Because
Yeah.
I heard. Do you ever watch former? Fuck, what's his name? Do you ever watch Steve Goggins?
No, I'm not familiar.
No.
No.
Farmer Michael.
No.
He's hilarious.
If you could pop the link in the side chat, I'll if he's on YouTube, I'll go and subscribe and I'll start watching
absolutely, he's
him.
on YouTube.
But I'm not familiar with him.
Farmer Michael and Kathleen. If you're not familiar, I'll have to give you the link. But I'll give it to you when I start later when I don't have to use resources, because like I say, my system is a little bit unpredictable. Okay.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
David Icke says the plane was sabotaged by City fans. David Icke's an idiot. I've listened and heard him and listened to him. He's like he's L. Ron Hubbard. He wishes he was L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, David Icke is the guy who's into aliens and things. He's friends with the spoon bender. What's his name?
Yeah, Yuri Geller.
Yuri Geller. Yeah, he's a complete idiot conspiracy theorist nut job.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Sean Atwood?
No.
Because he interviews. I used to watch Sean Atwood a lot, but he interviewed David Icke.
Right.
And I used to watch Sean Atwood a lot because I used to really enjoy him. And then he interviewed David Icke a few times. And then he made little shorts out of them. And each time it was David Icke talking shit and Sean Atwood promoting. So I stopped watching. Too bad.
Yeah, complete idiot, nut job, whack job, into aliens and conspiracy theories.
Isn't one of his theories that the Queen is a reptilian or
reptilian lizard?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's his theory. Yeah,
nut job.
Reptilian, alien, lizard. Yeah, complete crazy idiot, nut job. Yeah. I'm glad we agree on that.
There you go. Any news, by the way? Any news on your intake?
Intake of alcohol?
No, to the center.
I've tried to speed it up. They said within 2 weeks. I'm on a waiting list. I've tried to be in touch with the doctor. I've been in touch with several people. The doctor and they've referred me, and the drug and alcohol team referred me. But it's going to be 2 weeks. I wanted to get in today, and no one can help me speed up the process.
Oh, I just read something interesting from Dog. Thanks for the update, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he says that Everton won the treble in 1985, but have consistently been mid-table ever since, and have not once been relegated. Yet Manchester United have been relegated 3 times. Now, when were Manchester United? I had no idea that they were relegated.
No, like I said, for the last 2 to 3 years, I've not been following football. So if it was in the last 2 to 3 years,
it would have been.
It would have been like like 60 or 70 years ago. If
It
you
would have
will.
had to be more than 30 years ago, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
More, at
unless
least
it's been
certainly
in the
more than
last
20
few
years
years.
ago, 25
Yeah, like
years ago.
yeah. No, that's correct. That will be correct. They were relegated. Yeah, they were really bad for a time.
So they
Yeah.
went from Division 1 to Division 2 at the time. Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. That is probably correct. I wasn't sure
how's
that it was
your
3 times relegated, but
yeah?
yeah,
How's your hot
yeah.
chocolate? How's your
Hot chocolate, white chocolate. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Kevin Sorbo is an America's lame David Icke. Sad conspiracy theory. I've never heard of Kevin Sorbo. Who's that?
No, I'm not familiar.
I'm not familiar, no. Next question, please, from the audience.
Plus, I am back on amphetamines as well to make my troubles worse. Not to make this about the Wild At show.
You're back on. Excuse me. Did you say you're back on amphetamines to make your troubles worse?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
An hour ago, I just bought 50. I'll not show it on screen. I don't want to get your channel in trouble or banned or anything. But I bought £50 worth of amphetamines.
Are you on
My drug dealer
amphetamines right now?
Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
How come then you don't look? You don't really. There's not much difference than when you wake up in the morning after you've had a few shots of whiskey.
Yeah, it's kind of a balancing act. I'm not sure. I had some money, so it just sprang to mind that I could buy. I had some money in my pocket, and I thought I could get some whiz, so I did.
So what drug?
It's very much working on instinct rather than actual thought. So.
Dog tells me that the Football League has been around for 140 years. Yeah, I believe that. But the Premier League itself has
Premier League is
used to be when I was a kid watching football. It was First Division.
First Division, yeah. Second Division, Third Division, Fourth Division, and then GM Vauxhall Conference League.
Yeah, and then when when the internet got connected with broadband in the late 90s, then I was able to watch Arsenal in the Premier League pretty much
is that
every day,
Sorry.
every weekend. You know, it was on TV. It's great.
Yeah.
So that's how I got reconnected. I was away from football for a very long time because I live in Western Canada, and you know, unless now it's everywhere, but then there was nothing. So
sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know who Eric Cantona is?
I do. That's his shirt.
I don't know. Yeah, he pulls his collars up like that.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm pulling a Eric Cantona.
Okay, let's see if you can karate kick your camera.
Yeah. So he got kicked out of French football. He actually went to Sheffield. A little known fact about Eric Cantona. He actually went. The first team he joined wasn't Leeds. It was Sheffield Wednesday.
Kevin Sorbo played on loan. Kevin Sorbo played Hercules in the TV show, and was the captain in the show Andromeda, and he was shit. But the problem is, I never heard of the TV show or the Andromeda, whatever that is. Sorry.
No, I'm not sure of that. No.
Sorry.
No,
I don't even. Just for the record, I don't have TV. I don't watch TV now.
I don't watch YouTube.
Exactly. I'm a YouTuber pretty much.
Yeah.
And my news source, my primary news sources are both from out of India, not from the West.
Al Jazeera.
No,
is that
out of India? I said, not out of
India.
Doha or Qatar or whatever bullshit. No, not out of any. No, it's out of a strictly democratic country like India, where they have free speech. By the way.
Yes. So what news sources are they called? I'm not familiar with.
One of them is called WION. World is One. You know, WION. Really, just WION. No.
Yeah.
W-I-O-N.
W-I-O-N. Beyond breaking news, latest news. I'll tune into that. Thanks for that.
Yeah, that's the one.
Cheers.
That's the one. Yeah.
Live TV. Yeah, I'll bookmark that. Thank you.
Well, they have live TV, but they also it's on YouTube, so it's beautiful. And the other one is TFI Global.
TFI Global. I shall also look that one up. TFI Global. That TFI means thank fuck it's Friday.
No, the
Is
TFI means the frustrated Indian, I think.
Right. Unbiased opinion, alternative media. I shall bookmark that. Thank you very much, Sidney Winston.
You're
You
welcome.
are a mine of information. Thank you very much. Safe. Bookmarked it. Cheers.
No, I don't. I think TFI is a lot more balanced than WeOn, but for the most part, I like WeOn because they're good on the international stuff.
I'm going to say,
they especially,
yeah,
especially their comment on Pakistan, their comments on Pakistan and what's going on with China and everything. They're pretty on the spot because they're there. They're right in the region, right?
Yeah. But they do global news, so it's from everywhere. It's not just Indian news. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's good. So, how many things are you doing at the same time while you're on amphetamines?
Quite a few. I've got my own live stream going, but when I joined this, I put the link to your show in my side chat.
Oh, so
and turned my mic and camera off, so there's nothing on my channel at the moment. But I've sent everyone over here who's watching.
So you're like, no, it's okay. I don't care. But so you're live streaming at your street, your
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right.
Yeah. Matt there's only one viewer now, but I'm.
All right. So if you're live streaming to your channel, you should entertain us.
What do you mean? How do I do that?
I know.
Let me entertain you. Life's too short for you to die. So grab yourself an alibi. Heaven knows your mother lies. Mon cher, separate you.
Did you know?
Different songs.
David. David.
So.
Do you know Kevin Sorbo is? Do you know what Hercules the TV show is?
No.
Do you know about the show Andromeda?
No.
Do you know that Kevin Sorbo is a fierce anti-vaxxer and anti-masker? Hollywood rejected him years ago, and he can only get parts in TV religious movies.
He doesn't sound like a nice.
And he's also a Trumpist, so he's an evangelical Christian Darth Dawkins like monster man.
We wouldn't get on. No.
We wouldn't get on. No.
No. Complete polar opposites, I would say. Yeah.
As soon as I saw you said Sorbo is also a trumpeter. What?
Although Sidney Winston.
Yeah.
No, I've just put my stream. I've got my PJ Plastic Jesus has helped me get onto my proper. This is my mum's laptop I'm on. If I can show you, that's my PC, and that is. I've got 3 viewers at the moment.
Oh, awesome! Nice. All right.
I was going to go back to my channel, but can I invite you to my channel once you've finished up here? I don't want to be rude and just leave because
you absolutely can. Not a problem.
Is that okay? But I invite you.
Yeah.
To come and join my channel.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And thank you for letting me on. It's been brilliant.
All right, David. Good to see you again, and good to see that you're warm and comfortable.
Thank you.
Take care, man.
Cheers. I hope to see you in a bit. Cheers. Thank you.
Bye-bye. That was very nice, wasn't it? David came to visit. Oh, there it is. So what we could do, we could actually just carry on with what we were doing, can't we? And what we're doing what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were we were watching Gary, Gestapo Gary on presuppositionalism, or Darth Dawkins on presuppositionalism. So we should actually carry on doing that. Carry on with that. What to think? I think it's a good idea. So let's slide right in.
Which is that I exist and causality exists outside of that, and like, you know, it's a framework and it's kind of stacked on top of itself. But within that framework of belief, then yes, I have knowledge.
Okay, so you know some things. Can you tell me what's the ultimate nature of reality that provides for that?
For the existence of my knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nothing.
Okay, so basically, when you make knowledge statements, it's completely unjustified, right?
No.
I wouldn't say unjustified. I'd say there is some justification.
Are your knowledge statements justified? What is the means in your worldview by which something can be known in it with a justificatory path?
Well, I'd say that just like for me, the baseline is I have my axioms, which I've accepted, which is that I exist. Well, I'd say that just like for me, the baseline is
Hello.
I have my axioms.
Hello.
Which I've accepted.
Hello. Can you turn off the other sound source?
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Pretty good. Thank you for joining.
So I had an experience that I had way back that I wanted to talk about.
You had an experience that you had way back that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I wrote a couple poems about it.
Oh, really?
It's so after it happened, I felt like I had like a decision. Like I felt like there was like I wrote decisions, paths paved in gold, the old tales say.
So
nobody knows.
Before you before you get started, why don't you introduce yourself? Looks like you're calling yourself Joseph.
Yeah.
And you are North American, obviously.
Yeah.
And you what, a poet?
No, I mean I do business. I have a business.
So what are you presenting then tonight?
It's like a flash experience. Like it all happens in a flash.
Right, and you wrote it down?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote down two, and the second one's more poetic. The first one's descriptive, but it's really hard to describe.
How much time do you need?
It's just a couple minutes.
Go ahead.
Or a minute.
Go ahead.
So you see everything. It all breaks down in front of you. The essence, the air itself, a complex design. Pulled into the void, you gain momentum. Locked forward, only slowing to what seems a lone star. And that's the first one. And then the second one is, I might not be able to get this one right. This one's far back. It's a build-up energy. This one's more, that one I twisted to make sound better. This one's kind of more accurate to what actually happened. So it's like a build-up energy, buzz, then split perception of conscious reality. Confidence. Oh, I can't even do this one. I'd have to look it up, actually.
Well, the first one was pretty good. Why don't you do the first one again?
You see everything. It all breaks down in front of you. The essence, the air itself, a complex design. Pulled into the void, you gain momentum. Locked forward, only slowing to what seems a lone star.
I like that. I like that one. I really do.
Yeah, and it was very powerful. Like what really trips me out is I remember a lot of it
Mm-hmm.
going in, and I had fear, and I was there, I was traveling. Like, I don't know if I remember a body, but I'm in this fabric. Like, it was water at first. It was like not like water, but it was different. It was, it was, I mean, I hear a lot of people bring up water. That's why I'm hesitant because I'm kind of defiant against what I hear sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what it was. It was kind of like a liquid and then a fabric in between that pulled me into it.
Nice. It's a good story.
And I think the decision part was more like it takes up so much of my life. It really is like it was a parting in the road from regular life and my kind of like a new path almost
I'm not quite sure I'm
since
following what path you're talking about. Where were you coming from and where are you going?
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know that, but I felt
Do you
like
know?
I described it like an ant, like that found honey, or like something like that's built into you. Like I can't say what I'm saying is correct
Innate.
because I don't know.
It's called innate. If it's built in, it's innate.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, so what if it's innate, then you can say, because you could say it's innate.
Okay.
But innate, you got to be careful because innate means in everybody, not just in you. And if you claim that it's innate and nobody else knows about it, then we have an issue.
Yeah, I mean,
We have a visitor. Oh, my dog's boyfriend's here, the cat. Sorry about that. Yeah? Go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm just not sure. I just like to share it, to different audiences and people who have different beliefs because I had a message when I was in there that I described. It was a violent message with love, is how I can most describe it without, because I mean, it's hard to translate a feeling into words.
Hello, Hydra Hose. Yeah, yeah, no, but you've done a good job. Well done.
Thank you.
How long ago did you pen this the verse?
How long ago
Yeah.
did this happen? I
No,
think it was,
how long ago did you write it down?
I I wrote it down a while ago,
10 years ago?
about 4, 5.
Half a decade ago?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I mean, I still surface it all over the place, and I reiterate it sometimes differently.
Do you write it down differently?
Yeah, just I mean, that's another thing I decided to do is to twist it a little bit because that was the decision I made. I don't know.
So where do you publish these things?
I don't publish them.
Do you have a blog that you write them on? Publish them to?
Well, I'm making a mobile gaming, and I'm doing a story inside of the game, inside of the mobile gaming, and it's going to be about like a lost island, kind of like Fortnite. And it's
I know. I know next to nothing about gaming. So
well,
talking to
this would be
me
like
about gaming is pretty useless. Pretty fruitless, I should say.
it's more like a real life thing. It's like laser tag
No, I understand.
and
I
water
understand
tag.
the whole theory and everything, but I've never actually experienced it or anything like
Yeah,
it. So I'm just not part of that culture, the gaming culture.
yeah. I think it's a interesting way to reach out to younger crowds and tell a story.
Yeah, yeah,
Not, I
sure.
mean, it doesn't have to be like, it's not like I'm gonna be telling like a deep story, but
is there a moral to the story? You know, the moral of the story. You know, when we were kids, we
you
used to have these fairy tales, and the moral of the
well
story is never count your chickens before they hatch or something. What's
the way
moral?
I'm making it is there's really gonna be. I mean, there might be some morals, but I'm not.
No, I don't mean the morals. I just mean is there a message from the story?
I mean, I'm gonna include some inventions that I had that are like far out
Include them where?
into the story. Like I'm doing a few things.
So you're saying the verse that you gave me is only one of many?
You said what?
The verse that the very first verse that you read, is that
Yeah.
one of many verses?
Yeah, I'd say that's the main one.
Nice. You gonna put music to it?
I have before. Yeah, I had someone sing it before, and it sounds actually pretty good. But I do put music. I do make shorts, music. Like I do it in my free time, and recently I've been doing it. But I like to write.
I'm kind of a little envious that you have that talent, that you have that skill, which I do not possess myself. And as such, I need to punish you for that. It's all your fault.
Yeah, I think it's just something I don't write stories, and that's what's really been getting me, because I'm trying to write this thing and make it like an interactive thing, a game, you know.
The crowd.
And I'm used to writing poetic.
The chat room wants you to sing a short for us.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do.
All right.
I mean, I rap, but I just created one today. Can I just play it?
Oh, I think they just want you to sing it.
All right, let me see if I can remember some lyrics.
Excuse me, we have someone on the stage. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just try to remember one. I have one. I don't play these games you're playing. What's the perfect thing to say? You'll have to wait. Right now, you'll waste it all away. And like, that's not very good sounding, probably, but it was like to a guitar.
Right. So, what prompted you to come into this room?
Hold on. I think I lost you.
What?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear? Hello.
Oh, I had the volume down.
Okay. So, what prompted your entry into this room?
Well, I just like to share my experience, really.
Ah, fair enough. Good. Are there other experiences that you've had besides that one?
Well, since I'm still talking about it, I can tell you that it's a powerful thing, and like.
Why do you feel you need to share it? Why do you feel you need to share it?
I don't know. I like I said, I felt like an ant, like I had to, like I had a message. It was like I wrote confidence. It as if I left family for war. Screams even as I motioned to darkness from the presence of the source.
Yeah, it's good poetry. Good prose. I think. I mean, I'm not one qualified to judge anything like that, but I like it.
Well, like I just tried to get it out, you know. Like I felt like it was something I can't just let go in my head.
Right. Well,
so then
very nice. I'm glad that you chose my platform to speak out on, to broadcast your message.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
we
really.
have a question from somebody in the chat room.
All right.
Somebody called Rebuke and Reprove. Are you familiar with that person?
No.
Okay, so what he says is this a joke? What does that mean, do you think?
No, this isn't a joke.
No, rebuke and reprove. It's not joke. There you have your answer.
No, it happened. It happened while I was playing Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't drug induced. I was playing a video game, and I think it could have generated from my heart, from similar to like standing up too fast, but maybe I wasn't hydrated. I mean, I went to the hospital. They said nothing was wrong.
That's a common problem with gamers, is that they get dehydrated. Because they get
Yeah,
so
I mean,
focused on their gaming that they forget to eat and drink. That's why I didn't become a gamer, because I would never forget to eat and drink.
yeah.
Yeah. So, rebuke and reprove. Dog has a question for you. Do you use drugs? Rebuke and
No.
reprove.
I mean, I do smoke weed now, but
Oh, it was a
that's
question
about
for
it.
you. All right. So fair enough. I guess they're asking if you're on something chemical, or did you, I don't know, whatever. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about.
No, I do smoke. That's about it.
Okay, well that's not exactly earth-shattering news for anybody.
I mean, in the past, I've had my dark experiences. Like I'm in a pretty bad area, so I've seen it all.
Pretty bad area
I haven't done it.
of your city or of the United States?
Just of my state, really. It's a pretty small town, but
Big state, small town?
yeah, I mean like 200,000.
Yeah, but is it a big state with a small, and you're in a small town?
I'm in Iowa.
Iowa. I
Yeah.
can't imagine how many people live in Iowa. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's basically a cornfield.
That Iowa. Okay, yeah. All right. It's like Midwest, right?
Yep.
So you've never seen the ocean?
No, I've seen the ocean.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But you're not seeing the ocean now.
That was the one theory that I had, was mapping what I saw. And I wonder, I don't know if this is like a conspiracy thing that you do, but
Me?
like map, yeah.
No, I do.
Do you do conspiracies?
Not at all. No, I'm pure reason and empiricism and logic.
Well, if you think that my experience is in everyone, do you think it could be mapped?
If your experience was in everyone?
Yeah, like what was that word that you said? Started with an A.
I don't remember.
Like an embedded.
Innate.
Innate.
Yeah. Yeah, if your experience, for example, you have an experience when you drink red wine, let's say. Okay. So if everybody also has an experience when they drink red wine, it might be a little bit different, but we all have an experience with red wine. We can all, it's logical to have an experience with tasting red wine, even though we will never be able to explain exactly what that experience feels like. But it's quite obvious that tasting red wine is an experience. What you're talking about is your own personal experience, which is not innate because it's only in you and not in every single person.
Yeah. Well, my writing, it says well, my writing, it really hinted towards, it really made me like think of like religion, you know, like that's how like religion could start.
What is your
Is
religion?
I don't have a religion. I kind of don't believe, I mean, I believe in what I see.
So you're an empiricist? So
I'm not sure.
the supernatural is not something that you would give 2 seconds of thought to because it doesn't exist.
No, I believe in it
The supernatural?
because I've had an experience, like my dad is kind of crazy and he had a ghost bottle, and we called it the ghost bottle. It was given to us and it had faces on it. And like I realized that this object had power and stuff. So, and that's an example of of supernatural. And also like I remember saying like all this stuff, like I snapped almost in a manic mode and said, I buried in the ground, and like almost like he was doing something to trigger, like I thought he was brainwashed from my grandpa who was in like Vietnam and all this stuff. But I just think that I overthought the situation, really.
Yeah, it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
Are you all right now? Are you okay? Are you
right
comfortable?
Right
with,
now I'm good. Yeah. So another time I was getting into my thoughts pretty deep, and I was thinking almost like concluding, or not concluding, but like I was having like breakthroughs in my head on stuff. And my niece knocks on my door and she says, this is what I'm after. Magic.
She says this is what you're after? Magic?
Yeah, she points a toy lamp at me. So then
she gives you a toy lamp. All right.
She gives me a toy lamp and says, this is what I'm after, magic. And then like later I was thinking like maybe like the whatever I saw can speak more through a more different, I don't know how I would be able to describe it.
I don't know.
But it seems very evil. It seems like how I describe it, it would seem very evil, channeling like through people.
Yeah, no, I don't subscribe to any of that. I don't think the supernatural realm or whatever you call it can actually exist.
That's fair enough. But yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Again, you're welcome back anytime. Thanks again.
Yeah, I'll stay and listen for a little bit.
All right. But when I play the Darth Dawkins stuff, it's only going to come through on YouTube, not in here.
Okay, yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, just so you know.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care, man. Okay. Where were we? Oh, you know what? It's quite possible that I might need to take my doggy out for a break. Hey, we go outside? Yes, I gotta take her out. So I'm sorry about that, but we will provide music while we wait. We will be back. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, I'm coming. going to be slow and boring, isn't it? Okay, what's going on, dog? I had to walk my dog. He had to go, she had to go MP. So sorry, but my doggy had to go and pee. So he. Okay, so we're back. And anybody going to join the room and talk? No. If not, then we will resume with Gestapo Gary, Darth Dawkins on presuppositionalism. It's fun so far, isn't it?
Thing that I assume to be the case without evidence.
That just tells me your mental states. That doesn't tell me what the nature of reality is that provides the prerequisites for you to know things. I understand that you have mental states that you call axioms. Now, does the ultimacy of reality, whatever that may be, do you believe in God?
No, I do not have.
Okay.
Some sort
Are you an atheist or an agnostic?
Well, I mean, in my experience, the only difference between those two things is just like the way people choose to refer to themselves. Most people who are quote unquote atheists are actually just agnostic. They don't think anyone's making anything.
Okay, good. So you lack belief in God. Since you lack belief in God, do you lack belief in God because God is not rationally justified?
I lack belief in God because I have not been presented a sufficient level of evidence to indicate that.
All right. Is that a lack of rational justification?
I have to go off.
Bye-bye.
Sorry.
Sorry. Did either of you? Did you want? Is he gone? He's gone.
He had to go.
Did you have anything?
Yeah, he didn't want to deal with Gary's shit.
Anything else you want to say on that before we get the next person in?
No, I just a final statement. I think that his own flip-flopping, contradictory incoherence speaks for itself. This is what happens when you reject the revelation of the Christian God.
I would just say quickly that you'd have to demonstrate that that was contradictory or flip-flopping in any way. That's all.
I didn't even notice you were still there. Wait 1 second. Wait. Darth, it's Isaac. It's ask yourself 1 second. Okay, Squad Leg, I didn't actually notice you were still there, so I moved to Darth. That's my bad. Squad Leg, do you want a closing statement before Darth?
I regrettably can no longer continue the conversation.
Okay, sorry. You go, Darth. And
All
then
right,
we'll move on.
Young, thank you for the conversation, though. Okay.
Sure.
And I would like, even though we didn't agree, I want to compliment you that I think that you made a very sincere attempt to be truthful and honest, and there was no shtick or evasiveness or dishonesty. Okay.
Thank you. I was attempting to be respectful in the conversation.
You did. I thought you. Yeah, I thought you did a good job being honest.
You got anything you want to say, Tim, or is that it there?
No,
that's everything.
No, I wasn't talking to you there, Squad Leg. Just asking Darth.
Oh yeah, I mean, he contradicted himself a number of times. 1 minute he said he knew things. Next minute he said he didn't. You know, then he starts talking about axioms, but that doesn't account for the nature of reality to provide for actual knowledge. So, you know, to sum it up, he doesn't, according to his own words, he doesn't know anything. And I said that's the consequences when you reject the Christian God.
Alrighty. So next up is Seth, actually. Seth, you want to ask whatever it is you want to ask?
I'm up? Did he fucking unmute me? Hello?
Presume. Can you hear Seth there?
Yeah, unmute me, fat fuck. Come here. Please unmute me. Oh my god.
Okay.
What did you call me?
Oh, I didn't call you anything, buddy. Let's just have this discussion.
Okay, bye. Next.
Well, one sec. Darth, I think he's just trolling because you couldn't hear him.
No. Next.
Okay, all right. So Insup, this is the original guy who we got you in here to debate. Go ahead, make your points.
All right, I want to bring this back to the problem of evil because I felt like Darth didn't really adequately address that. He appealed to two justifications of there being evil and suffering in the world. He used the free will defense, and then he used the sufficient reason / greater good defense. The free will defense fails because it doesn't account for animals suffering. Animals have no free will, and they weren't guilty of any original sin, so you can't use free will to justify their suffering. and then you said the greater reason, sufficient reason, whatever, that fails because that would falsify moral realism. That would mean that any action would be allowable and good because it would produce a greater good. So it would follow that there would be no reason to act morally. You would falsify your own belief. So you have a bit of a trilemma here. You can either reject the Christian God as you've defined it. You can reject that there is evil and suffering in the world, which would make you look crazy. Or you can reject moral realism. If you don't, you've got an internal contradiction in your worldview.
What happened to the sound?
Do we still have you there, Darth?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't doing the push to talk. Did you say that I'm guilty of contradictions?
Correct.
Okay. Are contradictions a problem in your worldview?
That's a red herring.
It's a red herring indeed. Hey, dog, yeah, come on in and berate Darth Dawkins to within an inch of his life. Come on in.
Answer my question.
Okay, just for the record here, this clip has another probably 30 minutes to run. So if you're sick of it, come on in and change the subject. Yeah, that's it.
It was a direct question.
It's not a red herring. I'm asking you a question. Are contradictions an actual problem?
I asked you a direct question. Answer me.
You made a stipulation that I contradicted myself. So I'd like to know if contradictions are an actual problem.
I asked you a direct question. Answer me.
Okay, you actually.
The link? Oh, it's in the description, but hold on a second. I'll throw it up there. Do you want the phone link or the Google Meet link? I'll throw up the Google Meet link first. It's usually the most popular one, but some people want the phone link, so I'll put that up as well. There you go. Everything's there. I'm just going to continue. I'll continue the narrative until somebody comes in.
We made several questions. Which of those questions, which more seem like a monologue, which of those questions would you like me to address first?
All of them.
Would you like to start with your first question?
Okay, how does the free will defense work for animal suffering? Go ahead.
Say it again.
How does free will defense work for animal suffering? Animals do not have free will.
How does the free will? Animals suffer because due to the malfeasance of mankind rebelling against God.
So that means that God is allowing animals to suffer because of things that they aren't guilty of. So that's immoral. So that falsifies that God is a morally perfect being.
How does that falsify God?
Because God is a morally perfect being, as you've defined him. He's allowing innocent beings to suffer.
Oh, this is a good one.
That's immoral by a Christian standard.
It's not immoral.
Hello, dog.
Sydney.
How's it going?
It's good, mate. What's up with you and all these links? Why can't you just use StreamYard like everyone else? I have to download Google Meet this time.
No, you didn't have to download it.
I did. I had to download because last time you used a Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, but you could have just dialed in with your phone on the number that I posted. You know, you didn't have to dial into the Google Meet at all. You could just use your phone. But anyway.
Oh, right.
Now the problem is you're not in North America, are you? Or are you?
No, I'm not. I'm in England.
Okay, so there's a number for that as well. You can dial a local number and a PIN number, and you can. It's also in the description, but you're in right now, so you know. Sorry about the inconvenience.
Many times, you know.
Say it again.
I've been on your channel many times, as you know, my friend.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, you've had some interesting callers in today. You really
Yes,
have.
I have indeed. I haven't. I don't know what to make of some of them.
Completely unique. Let's just say that.
Yes, let's say that. Oh, yes.
And you can't
Out of the ordinary sort of thing.
ignore their visions or
No.
whatever. But science can put it down to something.
Yeah.
Bipolar, maybe. Undiagnosed.
Perhaps.
You don't know.
Perhaps. Yeah. Perhaps.
Yeah, or it's just drug induced.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not violent, so it's creative.
No,
in a
not
way.
at all. I think you provide a great service to the atheist community, mate. Always have done. So I sub to you and follow you and listen to you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's nice to hear.
But it's nice. But you do have this thing for Darth Dawkins, don't you?
Well, he attracts views. So
Has he not darkened your channel yet, mate?
No. He doesn't. He wouldn't dare to.
Oh no, you would know. I mean, you've arrived when Darth Dawkins pesters your channel. Then you've
No,
arrived.
me and Darth Dawkins go back many years. From the very, very first time we spoke, we didn't have any common ground. Because I didn't accept God does exist, and he doesn't accept God doesn't exist. So we had nothing. We couldn't go anywhere.
Here's the thing with Darth. He has a program of questions, let's say, and they're all worked out. He'll put you in these corners that you
that's true.
cannot answer. That's what he does, and this is his rhetoric. But no one has never said to him, "What do you think on the subject?" Then has never repeated that question to him. No one ever.
Why?
Because he can't answer it. He
Yeah, no,
cannot answer.
that's a whole separate thing. Why didn't anybody ever ask him? That's what
I
I'm
don't know.
asking.
It's just the way it's the position he puts you in. That's how clever he is. I'm not saying he's definitely not an idiot. He's just a very clever person that has this way of putting you in a corner, and everyone just either leaves or says, "Well, I don't know." But no one ever bothers saying, "Well, Darth, let me ask you the same question about God." And he goes, he knows he'll have no answer for it, but it's never been put forward to him.
Because he'll never allow the question to be asked. Or
absolutely.
Yeah, he'll interfere before the question's asked. He just won't allow it to be posed.
Absolutely, mate. But that's Darth Dawkins for you. He'll
That's
always be a
Darth
pain in
Dawkins for you.
the ass.
Yep.
And he is a pain in the ass to a lot of people who are YouTube and who live stream, especially.
Sure, but he's good entertainment.
No, he's not. He's a prick.
He's a prick, but he's an entertaining prick. I like the fact that he's so in denial about his own narcissism that and he still flouts it and parades it in front of everybody in public. It's to me it's entertainment, the best entertainment I could think of.
I can't believe you don't know who Kevin Sorbo is.
Well, I don't watch TV.
Well, neither do I, but he's big on Twitter.
I don't really do Twitter much.
And his rhetoric on Twitter, what he goes on about, is on so many YouTube videos. Because he's a Trump supporter, he's Republican. He made 4 famous tweets on Twitter.
Oh, he did he?
When on one day, on the 6th of January, when his first tweet was he responded to someone that Republicans are attacking the Capitol. His first tweet was, "It's happening."
Yeah.
Oh, it's happening. His second tweet was, "Please remember, guys, that the police and they're there to do a job and to look after everyone. just be safe
Yeah.
and respect them and that. And that was probably the best tweet he's ever made in his life, or the most honest tweet he's ever made in his life.
Yeah.
Then the third one, when it started kicking off bad, it was something about Democrats have infiltrated the Capitol dressed as Republicans, and the fourth one was Antifa did it. It was fucking hilarious.
This
Guys,
is Kevin
such an idiot.
Sorbo just saying all
This
this
is
shit.
Kevin Sorbo.
Well,
This is all about the Capitol attack. This is a string of tweets.
I'm not all that sorry. I've never heard of him.
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't be that sorry, mate. If you'd have heard of it, you'd go through phones once a week by just throwing them with what you touched. But do you want to hear about my religious shit? Yeah, I know you've heard it before, mate, but I'm happy to talk again with your listeners.
Yeah, no, go for it. Fill it out. How long do you need?
I can probably narrow it down to a couple of hours. I'm joking.
No, I'll give you a couple hours.
I'll just I don't want a couple of hours. It's short and simple.
Is this where is this where you berate Darth Dawkins within an inch of his life?
Well, but Darth Dawkins is a penis. He's an actual phallus, and I reckon he sounds like an old man. I doubt he's married. I doubt he has children. I doubt anyone would go near his
Do you
libertine.
have time? Do you have enough?
Christian views?
Do you have enough content to talk about while I go make a pot of coffee? So it'll take me about 3 minutes.
What about my Catholic experience?
You go ahead.
Absolutely.
You go ahead.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I was born into a devout Catholic family in England in 1969, 53 this year or next year. I was put straight into Catholic school. In them days, they were quite brutal. There's a film called Magdalene Sisters, which was to do with the Irish laundries they had in Ireland, even though they had them all over the place. And this laundry in the film, incidentally, they found 500 children's corpses there. And these were like wayward girls, pretty girls who would flirt with men and that before they were married and in school. And they would basically just institutionalize them and brutalize them, and that was the sort of experience I gathered from Catholic school. But I would question the Bible all the way from Genesis. I remember my first question was, because I'd read the Bible, I'm an avid reader, and I had questions. Obviously, I had questions. When Adam was banned from the Garden of Eden, it was just him, Eve, and Cain, because Abel had been murdered by Cain, obviously. But Adam met all these hundreds of people. Where did they come from? And was it just Adam and his fig leaf? Well, all the people are clothed in animal skins and whatnot. That was my question. And I first went to the head, but I got caned for that. Apparently, I'm questioning the dogma, which should not be questioned in Catholic religion. And it was against the Trinity, and but we're talking about the Old Testament, not the Trinity of Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Jesus. And it went on like that through Noah's story, through the book of Daniel, which is a book of nonsense and prophecies, which mean nothing to anybody. But I ended up one time in a fetal position, getting kicked in by the priest. I was never sexually abused. I thank whoever for that, but he didn't sexually abuse me. He's dead now because I checked up on it. But yeah, the worst thing about it was they would tell my father I'd be questioned dogma, and I'd be sent home or I'd go home with them knowing, and then I'd be locked in a room or beaten again and go with no food. The Catholic religion is disgusting, and it still is now. The nuns once, we had a nun teacher in the anatomy class one day. They made me strip off in front of the whole class. The humiliation is just degraded. So I've learned everything about the Catholic religion and all their badness, from Mother Teresa, and they embrace war, they embrace poverty, they embrace badness in the world. So they can get in there and inflict their dogma on everyone, inflict Jesus on everyone, and it's all the money spinner. The Vatican City, which is a sovereign state, by the way, it's its own country, is the only country that's in the green by $10 trillion. That's half of what America owns the world. It is they've got Nazi gold. There's a thing called the Bigelow Report, which I implore everyone to read the Bigelow Report, which is about Nazi gold that's hidden in the vault, that they were involved with the Holocaust, because Catholicism throughout the ages has always hated Judaism and the Jews, and they were heavily involved with Hitler. And the Swiss francs that are unaccounted for, billions of Swiss francs that were captured at Switzerland by the Germans and given to the Catholic Church. When this is just World War II, we can go on, and we got the indigenous species of Canada recently. They found hundreds of bodies there, and this is not the only place on Catholic-owned land where there's mass graves of children and people that they have murdered. But they've got so much money, they just brush it under the carpet. It is a dreadful, dreadful, dreadful religion. Probably the worst of it all. I know you got the Islam, they behead people every daily, but they don't just behead like one person, they behead your whole family. They'll go into schools and behead children. Because of blasphemy, they'll behead. Religion just sucks, all of it. And this goes back to it's always been led by fear. So this idea of fire and brimstone hell, the lake of fire, that didn't turn out into Christianity until 1611 in the King James Bible, which was based on a book from an ironic comedy poet, Dante's Inferno, part of his ironic comedy trilogy. Oh, it wasn't a trilogy, but a part of that. That's the 9 levels of hell. The bottom one being, well, the worst. There's 3 popes in that book, in them levels of hell. But that's when it came in, because in scripture, it's just like Hinduism, and in their level of hell is being born and die, reborn, as whatever, depending on what your sin is. But in Christian, it's just Sheol. It's a Jewish word. It means eternal nothingness. It means grave. It means nothing. That's what you would be. You would see no afterlife and eternal glory. You would just see nothing, which is basically an atheist view on life. When you die, things are dark. It's not you'll see nothing. You will know nothing. You'll be dead. But they play on that. And this is my pinned tweet. Religion doesn't pray for the vulnerable, it preys on them. Look at your Kenneth Copeland, for example. 750 million that guy's got? He's got a 70 million mansion. He does not pay any ground tax or anything on that because he classes it as a, even though no one's allowed in there, apart from his servant, he classes it as a religious whatever. These people are ripping the world apart financially, and religion is worth absolute trillions and trillions. I should say dollars, actually, because soon we'll be saying yen, obviously, because Donald Trump has handed over the superpower to China. But that's just the way things go. America was never ever going to be the superpower forever. Britain was once a superpower, and they ruled the seas. But that's another story. Anyway, religion sucks. Is that 3 minutes? See, I can't even see any chat because Google, whatever this is, Google Teams sucks. But any guy here should avoid all, or especially one area, avoid drugs as well, because you'll see stupid things. No, I'm not going to say anymore till Sydney comes back. He hasn't been 3 minutes. He's been longer. So thanks for listening, who's listening. There is a saying that goes by around our way, which I invented. I started with my friend who's moved about a lot. And I just said to him, you move about more than a Catholic priest. And I'll leave it at that. Well, they're all paedophiles. Well, I'm going to say all of them. A lot of them are paedophiles.
But I'm not
That wasn't 3 minutes, that was 10 minutes. And the good old rant by the Catholic Church, right?
Oh, you know, I heard some of it. It was lovely. Are you sure you finished? Because the Catholic Church goes a long way back.
If you want to, all holy wars caused by the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
But if you want me to dig out some of my research, I certainly will.
Okay, I'll be back in
But
30 seconds because I'm sort of I had a detour, making some coffee, cake, and everything. Be right back.
Probably baked the cake the time you was, mate.
In my whole life, I've never baked a cake. Have you?
Yeah, plenty.
You know how to bake a cake?
Yeah. Probably flour, milk, sugar, stir and cook, mate.
But flour and sugar are really bad for you.
Well, so are cakes. Well, maybe
Exactly.
you
That's I don't.
missed the main ingredient, the egg.
I'm eating some stolen right now.
You make a batter and then you bake it. That's a cake. Or you fry it and that's a donut.
Too much work for me. Ooh, fried foods.
Yeah, or you add some
But that's
spices
basically
and salt, and that's your pudding.
fried flour. Not good.
Nothing's good for you really these days, is it?
Oh, that's not true.
Any processed food.
It's not true.
Yeah, everything is processed apart from fresh fruit and vegetables. But
exactly. There you go. Fruit and vegetables are not processed.
But then all you've got on that, well, they are processed. They're grown and they're processed with, they've got pesticides and all sorts. You've got to go organic.
Right.
You don't do that. And then you listen about organic and then you'll end up being a fruitarian, which you'll only eat stuff that has fallen from the vine, so it's already dead. It's committed suicide or whatever.
Committed suicide.
These people exist, mate. So when you're cooking your sprout at Christmas, or wherever you eat, on your Christmas dinner, unless it's fallen from the vine, and potatoes, unless they've jumped out the ground and said, "Oh, enough is enough," then you're engaging in the murder of these poor creatures. So at the end of the day, they'll say a little prayer for them spuds and them sprouts. And poor carrots, mate.
Oh, carrots.
That are being murdered. But then the next level of eating nothing is eating. Well, you can't eat dust because dust is basically human remains or human skin. The next from that is your breatharianisms.
What's that?
Where you don't need water. You get your sustenance from the sun, and you get I don't know if it's some sort from the air. You get your water from some sort of osmosis. Many of them have died, of course.
Of course.
Look it up on YouTube, mate. Breatharian.
No, I believe you.
It's a bit like holistic stuff and astrology and all that.
I believe these people exist for sure.
But it's the way people are funny and they're easily persuaded. Ghosts and goblins and all this, and a lot of people believe it's ghosts. For whatever reason, I don't know. You were talking about earlier, supernatural. The spirit world. Is that part of religion? Is that a religious thing where, you believe in something that you've never seen or will never ever be seen? But at least at least a ghost has been seen. And why are the ghosts always Victorian? Victorian little girls. You never see a black ghost, do you? You never see a caveman ghost, do you?
No.
Do they not matter? Do caveman ghosts not matter?
Maybe cavemen behaved themselves better than Victorians.
I'm pretty sure they didn't. I'm pretty sure they were human, so they sort of had the same, especially when they found fermented fruit, was eating fermented fruit. I bet if some of them were right git and they'd kill each other just for simple things. Probably the average age.
Only if they were Scottish apes.
Yeah. But gay men were probably, had a lifespan of 25 years, I'm guessing.
What?
Does anyone have any questions? Or am I being too factual for them?
No, I don't see any questions.
I'll be a second.
Presuppositionalism, the continuation. This
Right, I'm back, Sid. I'm sorry, mate. But going back to the Catholic Church, fortunately, I haven't been too. I was very scarred when I was there, you know, especially when I was expelled from the school because I was uncontrollable. Because I was beaten